Hi, Nadeem here from Smart Riding. Today I'm going to fit the Innovv N2 system to my bike. Now what that consists of is this main unit, if I can just get it out. So this is the main unit itself. This is the heart of the system, and these are the wires for various type of cams and stuff to be connected to. So I'm going to be fitting this alongside a couple other bits. These are the cameras. Now these are Sony cams and they're 2K cams as well, so I'm expecting them to be very good once I've got them on. I'm also fitting a GPS module. This is an optional extra. When you buy them from Innovv, it gives you a choice to spec up to whatever you want. The GPS module gives like speed data and coordinates onto your video, so it will imprint them on. So that's what this is for. So I'll be fitting this as well. And the other thing is a glass protector for the screen, so that will go in as well. So it's all fairly straightforward. The things that I'm using to connect this, I'll put in the description as well, but for the power I'm using a Heltec Thunderbox. Now I don't know if this will show in the video here just now, but there's a yellow wire, red and black. The yellow wire is the accessory wire, so what that does is it's supposed to go into something that is ignition switched on the bike. So when the ignition goes on, this draws a tiny bit of current and then puts the system live so that the screen comes on, and when you switch off, it switches it off. But with the Heltec, I don't need to worry about that. I just need to put these two wires together, the red and the yellow, into the Heltec, because that's already acting as ignition switched. So that's what I'll be doing. So it just makes life a lot easier. I mean, I'll show you when I'm doing the wiring. It's just so much easier to use something like that rather than trying to find ignition switched cables all the time on the bike. With the Heltec system, you don't need to even splice that into anywhere on the bike. The Heltec Thunderbox is just positive negative onto the battery, and it's got a sensor inside it. It detects when the battery is being charged, the alternator is putting current into it, and it ups the voltage to 14 volts in your battery. As soon as it does that, it comes on. Now there's a video somewhere on the channel as well about the Heltec Thunderbox when I fitted it, but generally it takes about 5 seconds to kick in. So when you switch the ignition on, within 5 seconds, any accessories plugged in will go live as well. But anyway, that's the heart of the system. It's got some really nice connectors and stuff, which I think I'd mentioned when I did the unboxing video. They tend to be quite high quality fittings and fixtures from Innovv. So anyway, I'll get on to the fitting part and I'll be showing that in depth. I've got the seat off. Now I need to take this tank panel off because I'm going to be running the wires from here up to here, and then the cams obviously both sides to the front and rear. So on the GS, this is a T25 Torx. Okay, so I'm going to be mounting the display onto here. Now this is a security mount, so it's got like a special key to do it up and undo it so that nobody can take it off. It comes with a normal one in the box, but you can order the security one separately from Innovv as well. I prefer to have that because it just makes it a lot harder for a thief to try and just remove the entire bracket and take everything off. So I would recommend that you get one of them. So this goes onto a 1-inch ball mount, and it comes with 2 of these 1-inch ball mounts. And this just goes into here. It's an Allen key, so I'm just going to do that up. So the good thing is that there is a spare one of these in the box, so they've given 2, and it's actually quite a nice one. You know, it's got this rubber washer, and there's 3 or 4 rubber washers as well in there, so I think that just helps to seat it in there quite snugly. There's like a little key that comes with it to tighten it up fully. I think what I might do right now is put the screen protector on it as well. Okay, it comes with the usual wipes, alcohol wipes to clean the screen. Usually the little bubbles will disappear in a couple of hours anyway, so you don't need to worry too much about it. But you can't force them out anyway with the cloth. So this is the wiring for power. So you've got the red positive, the yellow accessory line, and the black ground wire or negative wire. The yellow accessory wire basically allows you to put this into something that's ignition switched, and so it can turn off and on with the bike so that the power isn't running to it constantly. I'm not going to put this into an ignition switch cable because I have this little box of tricks here that I mentioned earlier, which is the Thunderbox TB-UO2. There's two models, I think it's a UO1 and UO2. The 2 just allows a lot more accessories and up to 32 amps, but the 16 amp one is usually enough for most people. But all this has is a positive and negative running to the battery. There's no splicing or cables involved anywhere. And when you switch the ignition on and start the bike, the alternator obviously kicks in, there's more voltage going to the battery, and it detects it and it switches everything on. There is a video on the channel there. If you search for it, you'll see there's, how I fitted it and stuff. But it's very, very simple to use. And as soon as you start the bike up, all the accessories will come on within 5 seconds. And it makes life a lot easier if you're adding more stuff like lights, etc., whatever else, heated grips, everything. If you are putting a lot of stuff on it, then I suggest you get the UO2 model. Right, so I'm going to cut these off because I've got different type of connectors down there on the Thunderbox, so I won't need these. Like I said, because I've got the Thunderbox, all I need to do is put the red and yellow together. So I'm putting the yellow and red together, so positive with the yellow accessory line together, which goes into the Thunderbox. Right, so that's the positive side done. And that's it done. So it's very simple with the Thunderbox. So if you're especially worried about warranties and things and you don't want to splice into cables, then the Thunderbox is ideal, and it's not that expensive and it's available worldwide as far as I know. Okay, so this is the front cam. It's marked as front with an F on the wire. So what I'm going to do is put the mount together using these instructions, and I'm using the L-shaped mount, this one here, so it can go on the indicator. So the instructions are fairly straightforward. That's the mount on. This will go like this onto here with the 12mm bolt. So that should go straight onto the indicator now, hopefully. Right, so that's the bracket, and I'm now going to put this one to the indicator. I can adjust this up and down a little bit. I'm going to just put it right down. So I'm leaving this loose for now so I can adjust the angle. Okay, so the rear camera, I'm mounting the sticky pad onto my top box here like this. Now the reason I'm doing that is because I never take my top box off. I mean, my bike's a 2017 model, so I've had it 8 years and I have never removed the top box. So for me, it's not a problem. If it is for you, then you can always find somewhere else to put it. They use the 3M VHP pads, so they're very, very strong, these ones. And I've left this a bit loose just now so I can adjust the angle. This is a GPS module. Now the instructions say that it must be facing upwards towards the sky with the Innovv GPS where it's printed on it. So I think I'm just going to put it in the beak here. I'll put it this way around here like this, and I think that'll be okay. What I do like about Innovv is they give you so many spare bits that you can use. I mean, this sticky pad, the 3M one, there's a spare one as well, so if I decide to move it, I can use the spare pad. That's it. I'm just going to feed the wire through here underneath. Okay, so that's everything wired. Right, that's everything connected. So I'm just going to do a quick test, make sure everything's powered before I start assembling the bike again. As I said, I've got the Heltex Thunderbolts. That takes about 4 or 5 seconds before it sends the power over to the accessories. So that's the unit coming on. Let's check the dash cams. Yep, they're both on. Yep. Okay, so that's everything back together. Last step is just to hook up CarPlay because I'm using an iPhone. So I'll get that done and just test the system. Okay, let's go to CarPlay. So that's it coming up here. The Bluetooth setting. That's it connected to Bluetooth. CarPlay is coming on automatically now. And that's us done. That's everything connected up. So that's the setup. Next step will be a ride review. I'll do that at some point in the next couple of days. But that's the full fitting guide. Thanks.